We're gonna rant about art stuff because I haven't done that in a fat minute. This one's gonna be like the overall pursuit of art as a thing. All right, like in comparison to other careers. The first differentiation you gotta make is like art that goes in museums and then like art you use, which like you could differentiate that with like, okay, art class versus graphic design class, because that's like, application versus like making statements out of nothing. That's where art splits into those two categories. And then you've got like where does school split? Because you got like basic school, and then you got like business. If you're lucky, you have some film classes. You got like the core STEM stuff. You have the language communication sector of stuff. You've got, I guess, does architecture go into its own thing? Put architecture off to the side for a minute, because it's different from both art and all the other stuff I mentioned in like its own special way, in the way that it goes wrong. And then journalism, how could I forget? How couldn't I forget is the better question. Basically, we're going to track all of the things I just mentioned on their separate routes until someone is theoretically dissatisfied with their life. Which is like, yeah, it's grim, but it's like, it's been there the whole time. Like, you think about it, all of the things I just mentioned have teachers, like all of them. And like, there's reasons they're not doing the thing they're teaching. First of all, we're going to tackle math, and you've got engineering, and then you've got computer science up here. And then this guy branches out into a million different things, because that's just the state of our economy right now. We need a lot of computer science people. So if you're in computer science in America right now, you're probably very happy with your life, and you're kicked out of this equation for good. Because if you don't like the computer science thing you're doing, you can just bounce to a completely different computer science thing, and your skills carry over, but you're still doing something completely different. Like, you have that option in your life. Engineers, once you graduate college, it's like the merit of your projects from there, right? Your thoughts and like your thought processes, they carry a lot of weight, and everything you do really has a good amount of weight on it. And like, you got to make sure that you're happy with where all that weight is going. Let's say I'm designing like a new fighter plane for the military. I don't like that proposition because I don't want to design weapons of war. Why are we killing each other? That's bad, man. Or, hecking, love me. I love my job. I'm keeping my country safe. I'm doing everyone a service. My life is like fulfilled, bruh. And that's the point for engineering, or like really anything project based. That's like, okay, how I feel about my life for the next da-da-da years is totally dependent on this, right? Because once you have a project, you see it through, most of the time. Let's do math. Prominent math jobs that come to my mind right now. You got the people that do calculations for insurance. That stuff's whack. Quick tangent. Google what, like, insurance factors determine your rate, and then like consider how they like keep track of all that stuff in a profile for every customer that they ever work with, right? And it's the job of insurance companies to like estimate, okay, we have this many customers, they're going to give us like $40 each per month, and we have to compensate every single disaster that happens in America, and make money from it, and da 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 da, I couldn't get into the specifics myself because I've never watched any YouTube videos on it before, but that's a lot of damage. And you could argue that there's a reason that we don't need that stuff integrated into the government. Because the mathematicians we got on those fronts are doing a good job on their maths. Can't, get everybody into a happy situation, but for the most part, we're gonna make sure that you're in a realistic situation with our insurances. Science jobs. Those are for people who like a lot of knowledge crammed in their head. The only career depiction I've seen of a science is The Big Bang Theory, and from that perspective, you just oh, bro, I don't even know. Think. What's the satire in Big Bang Theory? Nah, I'm kidding. You're not integrated into the economy. You normally stay an alumni at a school, and you do a bunch of study prompts that the school wants you to. That also gets fuzzy, because essentially, did the government pay the school to find the stuff? No. Does it just make the school look good in general? No. Then get it out of here. You're at the whim of that dynamic. The only exception is if you're coming to them with a personal idea and then it fits into those two, then they take it on board and go with it. Or if you can just get a ton of stuff done of your own volition, but you're gonna get stopped there too, because that's disrupting the science community, right? And the science community is one hardy ass thing. They hate it. They hate it when you do stuff on your own. And the government hates it when you do stuff outside of the community. Because you're volatile. And you have a lot of power in your hands. So essentially, you fit into the school, and if you don't like that, sucks to be you. Should have gotten another degree, punk. Alright. Now we have a whole volley of degrees that don't have a place in society anymore, like English, history, psychology. Have any of you guys ever experienced a teacher that was unreasonably obsessed with grammar? Have any of you guys ever had a teacher that over-romanticized history? Have any of you guys ever had a psychology teacher that wasn't bad? They get it. Dude, they know that the thing they pursued doesn't go anywhere. But they love it. And then they don't force it on other people that are just trying to live their lives. Whoa. Those things loop back into school. For the most part. I've been saying that a lot. Okay, but real. I have seen a lot of psychology stuff that make the best out of what they've chosen to do with their lives by using it really cleverly and wherever possible, right? It makes for super interesting YouTube videos. It makes for super interesting books. It makes for, you integrate it into another platform, right? Alright, so we've done all that stuff. Now I guess we talk about art. Recap. Fine art stuff, making shit from nothing. Graphic design, doing shit for other people. Film is in the middle. If you're in fine arts, fuck, dude. You have to build a reputation within this really niche community, the part of the community that has a lot of money. And you have to get in there. Good luck, punk. People who hold auctions for those those classic auction scenarios where there's an art piece in the middle, right? And then you've got the guys betting hundreds of thousands of dollars on something. They do that for kicks. It's not because your art's good. It's just jerk themselves off. I got a lot of money and people listen to me. That thing is now valuable. You're welcome. Is having a lot of likes on social media gonna get you up there? I don't know. Is being good at art gonna get you up there? I don't know. It's up to them. Is being popular among these other guys like even gonna get you up there? They could be like, yeah, he's pretty cool. I've seen him at parties, but my money's not really in the good place right now to like have another idol amongst ourselves, Fuck you in particular. Alright, graphic design time. Your art is a job, and you gotta get it done. That's the mentality you're gonna have, instead of, I'm gonna spend forever to make this as perfect as I can make it. No, you first of all, you can't afford that. You don't have enough time in the world to do that. If you're a fine arts guy and like by some miracle all of your paintings make 300K, then you're making 300K per year if you make one every year. And it's like, all right, that's how you live, I guess. I'm over here, my jobs are like 200 a piece. What am I gonna do? Second of all, your employer is like, look, man, if you don't reach the audience retention ratings I need you to reach, not only am I fucked, but I'm gonna fuck you over as well. I'm not gonna pay you for your job. You're never gonna work in my community again. Etika. You've destroyed my business. In reality, your art guy in that scenario is just a messenger. Here's the visual and here's the audible thing. And with those two things in your television screen, I'm gonna say what this company needs me to say. It's not my fault if it's for product. It's not my fault if, God forbid, you just don't like the product. 'Cause that's a thing that can happen, Dave. Now we're gonna talk about film, animation, all stuff in between. Alright, so look. You have a movie idea. And it's gonna be an artistic statement, and it's gonna have commentary on our society, on some social norm that you fucking hate to death with your entire being, alright? And you're gonna have to get it done within a certain time frame, on a certain budget. You are limited the same way the graphic designer is. The only difference is that you're kind of in control of your vision there. So let's get started. Oh, shit, dude. I need actors. I need set designers. I need soundtrack. I need video editors. I need compositors. I need CGI. Oh, God. This shit expensive, and it takes multiple people to do. And there's more than one person in control of your vision. Unless you're a baller like me, who does all of those things himself anyway. In which case, you're either going to spend 30 years gaining all necessary knowledge to accomplish such a task, or you're going to go to DigiPen. I don't recommend either. I really don't. But I digress. No matter how you go about making your multimedia, multifaceted, multidisciplinary projects, you're either going to be the most disappointed or most satisfied out of anybody on this planet Earth. Alright? Because you have the ultimate indicator. Project costs the same amount of money, whether or not it flops or is successful. And you can't change that going in. You're completely at the whim of the people. Okay? Like all these other things we've been talking about, people decide to put money into them. But there's stuff that's integrated in society, essential to society, and isn't going away anytime soon. And those are like clear out in the open if you know anything about like what you're going into, right? Even if you didn't know jack squat about America, Go into food, you're guaranteed to get money. Not a lot, but it's fine. Go into government. Fuck democracy. You should get money. You are valued by the government. If anybody's viewing this past 2019, we just went through a month shutdown. So there's a lot of government workers out there without any paycheck. They missed 2 paychecks. It's pretty awful. Don't like my country right now. Fuck Trump and stuff, you know? Spread out from food and government. It's the game of risk and reward as the business people like to jerk off that statement all the time, I swear to God. But it's true. Like, you think about factory workers, that was a pretty solid thing to go into, right? And you were guaranteed to do something for the world. You were, like, getting the gears of the country in motion. And now you're rendered obsolete by robots. Working a little more risk in there. What's a today example? Uber Eats. Like, stuff involving you driving. That's a great one. Law could come out any day now that, like, prevents people from sole proprietorship. Because that shit volatile. Oh my God, I gotta show you guys something.
It's over. Get out of my car now.
It said 1760.
Get out of my car now.
Sir, it said...
Get out of my car now.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because you won't fucking get out of my car.
But you're not to yell at me. You are not to yell at me.
9-1.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Get out of my car.
Where is my destination?
Get out of my car.
Sir, can you just tell
Get
me...
out of my goddamn car.
So there's those two. You climb to the tippy top of that scheme, you get Hollywood. And I guess game companies as well, they fall into this category, but multi-million-dollar projects, you have to make them back, like, immediately at the box office. DVD and Blu-ray sales are rendered obsolete in the past 10 years. No one cares about owning a movie because you can just, like, pirate it online and stuff. So you have to make your money back immediately at the box office. Now, they always do reliably, but just sit and think about what it took to get to that point. There's a culture based around movie theaters, right? Where you, like, okay, movie date, second date, movie date for friends, movie date. You don't normally go solo, but, like, you can, and it can be fine. Movies, dude. Let's go get dinner after, check out the area. Oh, wait, you can eat in the theater? Oh, fuck, dude. And for the game examples, you know, you got multiplayer games. Games are such a big part of our culture. I don't have to explain that. Fuck you. Social time. On the other side of that, you got social media involved in the hype culture. Which is like, good amount in movies, lot in games. To the point where, you know, hype culture can help a project make its money back, even when it didn't deserve to. Now, arguably, there's a ton of other stuff in, like, all the way back to STEM. All those careers, they've got stuff like that in society and culture that solidify them as a place where they can, like, you can make money off of those jobs, right? But with movies, it's different. And this is gonna be fucked up, but I'm gonna tell you why, okay? Like, bear with me. Why do restaurants always have a steady stream of income? Why do people always pour money into them? Because if people don't eat, they gon' die. Why does the government workers have a steady stream of income? Because government wants its government workers to do government stuff. Because if it doesn't do government stuff, it's not good government. It's under a threat. Why do people throw money at taxes? Well, if you don't throw money at taxes, the IRS, an irrational institution, on purpose, is gonna throw you in jail forever. Why do we throw money at movies? Because that shit good, dude. Like, damn. But the minute movies are like, I could have lived without that, you know? Hollywood's fucked. And if that happens, even on one of your projects, you're done. Like, you're out of the industry. Like, that's it for you. How are you going to pay all that debt back that you stole from the bank, man? But you make something that's successful, and people define generations based on work you did. I'm part of the SpongeBob generation. Okay? I'm part of the 2005 PewDiePie generation. I'm part of the Teen Titans Go generation. I'm part of Matrix generation. I don't know. Hey Arnold generation. Sesame Street generation.